Hey guys, Justin here, and today I've got another video for you related to Spotify. So I've released a few videos having to do with Spotify lately and promoting your music on Spotify, but one of the things that I haven't really addressed yet is how to actually reach out and contact curators yourself. So in a recent video, I talked about how you can pay a service to promote your music to playlist curators for you, but I haven't yet addressed how you can actually find playlist curators that might be interested in your music and putting it on their playlist and reach out to them yourself and try to get your music put on the playlist. All right, so in this video, I'm going to show you three things. One, how to find playlists that your music would go well on. Two, how to find the contact information for the playlist curators so you can reach out to them directly. And three, what to say when you do reach out to them so that they'll take you seriously and maybe actually listen to your music and put it on their playlist. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I wanted to shoot this quick video because I've gotten questions from a few of you guys regarding Spotify playlists. So I've put a few videos out recently about getting on Spotify playlists and even showed you some services that you could use to get your music on Spotify playlists, like Playlist Push, for example. But what I've been hearing back from a lot of you guys is that you want to be able to reach out, save some money, reach out to these playlist curators yourself, and you're wondering how to do that. So I'm going to show you a tool that I found, and I want to give proper credit where it's due. So this is a video from Emmanuel, spelled backwards, Spotify hacks, how to get on Spotify playlists. I'll put a link to this video in the description, but this is where I found this website out, so I wanted to give credit. But I'm going to show you real quick how I would use it to get in touch with Spotify curators. So up here at the top, by the way, there's a paid version and a free version. This is the free version right here. So you can just sign up for free and use all the features that I'm going to show you right now. Up here in the top search bar, type the name of an artist or a song that your music would be similar to. So let's say that your music is similar to Queen. If I could spell that, Queen. And here's the band Queen. Now, if you scroll down, you'll see that there's going to be a lot of stuff blurred out. This is all for premium members, but don't worry about it because you can still take advantage of this feature right here, even as a free member. So you scroll down to the playlist curators, or you can just click the playlist tab up at the top, and it'll bring you here. And you can see a bunch of playlists. You can see there's 324 playlists that have Queen on them that are listed on this website. So there's a lot of curators here that you can reach out to. So a couple things that you might want to look at. You can see the number of followers, but if you have a relatively small audience yourself, getting in front of 7,000 people that follow this playlist, even though that's a relatively small number compared to some other bigger Spotify playlists, that's still potentially 7,000 people that might listen to your music on a regular basis. So the number of followers shouldn't be too much of a concern for you unless it's just really low, like there's only 10 people following the playlist. But, who knows? Those might be 10 really dedicated hardcore fans that you have in the future. So you can see the number of followers that each playlist has here. And then if you look at the number position, the actual position of the song in the playlist isn't the main thing that I would look at. But you can see it's 26 out of 50. That means that there's 50 songs total on this playlist. And most of these playlists aren't that large, so these would all be fine to reach out to. 400 is getting, it's kind of a lot of songs on that one. Some of them you'll see have like 5,000 or something. Like 400, that's really not that bad. That's kind of a lot, but you take what you can get at this point, I guess, unless you're a superstar already. But as long as there's not like 5,000 or 6,000 tracks on the playlist, like, it's kind of a waste of time to get on a playlist that has 5,000 other tracks on it, right? Because who's going to find your music anyway? But these are all perfectly fine, Anything under 100 especially is really good. And then over here, you'll have the name of the playlist and the curator, right? So if we wanted to reach out to the curator, we just click on their name here. And down here, there's social media links. So a lot of these people will have their social media accounts connected and their website connected, so you can reach out to them through social media. Now, Simon Wicklander here does not have his social media account set up, so you wouldn't be able to contact him as easily as some of these other curators. If for whatever reason you just really, really want to be on Simon's playlist here, you could do some social media stalking, which again, this video that I'll link to in the description, he explains a strategy that he uses to kind of stalk people on social media if you want to go that route. But personally, I don't think it's necessary. Considering the number of playlists that you can find just on chartmetric.io. Again, let me drop this down so you can see. Yeah, chartmetric.io, that's the website. But in any case, so let's find an example of somebody that has their social stuff connected. Okay, so this playlisted, they have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and then their website, all places that you can reach out to them and see if they'll add your music to their playlist. All right, so now you might be wondering, well, what do I say to get them to listen to my music and put it on their playlist? So here, it's actually very simple, but you want to approach this the right way. A lot of people are probably going to hit them up and say, hey, listen to my song, put it on your playlist, or something very simple and straightforward like that. It is to the point, but there's a better, slightly more tactful way to go about this. Now, I've heard of other people suggesting that you find them on social media and you like start interacting with them and talking to them and become their friend, and then you ask to be on their playlist or whatever, which, you know, if that's something that you want to do, go ahead and do it. Personally, I don't really engage with strangers a whole lot on social media, so that approach doesn't really resonate with me. It's not something that I would want to do. Instead, I think a simple message that will show them, A, that you're not a robot just spamming the internet, that you actually have listened to their playlist. B, kind of compliment them, show that you're a human being. C, give them a reason to want to listen to your music. And you can accomplish this very quickly. So I'll just type really quickly an example of something that I would send. Hey, and just whatever their name is here. So some people have their actual name, some people have their company or whatever. So I'll just say, hey, playlisted. And I'll make this a little bit bigger so you can actually see. Is that big enough? There. All right. Hey, playlisted, I follow your playlist. Oh, what's their playlist? Schweiz. Okay. Follow your playlist. Schweiz. Is that, if I spell that correctly? Okay. On Spotify, I was listening the other day and came across, what's this? Bohemian Rhapsody. Okay, so we have the song Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, and it reminds me of a track that I wrote. Okay, so now make sure that you're targeting based on music that actually sounds like the music that you're writing, because if you don't have a track that sounds like Bohemian Rhapsody, then this isn't going to work. So make sure you take that into consideration when you're finding these playlists and curators. Maybe you'll check it out if you have time. Here's a link. Actually, maybe you'll check it out if you have time and consider it for your Schweiz playlist. Thanks for your time. Love the playlist. All right, and now I'm going to make this a little bit smaller so we can get it all on the screen. Okay, so that was pretty simple, quick, right? Hey, playlisted, I follow your playlist on Schweiz on Spotify. Your playlist Schweiz on Spotify. I was listening the other day and came across Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, and it reminds me of a track that I wrote. Maybe you'll check it out if you have time and consider it for your Schweiz playlist. Here's a link to the track on Spotify. And then you put actually the link to, you know, whatever, to your Spotify.com or whatever your actual link to your track is. You put that right there. And thanks for your time. Love the playlist. So what are we accomplishing here? First of all, we're establishing that we're reaching out to them very specifically about a playlist that they have. We said we follow them on that playlist. It might be a good idea to actually follow them. So I was listening the other day and came across Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, further establishing that you actually know their playlist because you're referencing a specific song on the playlist. And it reminds me of a track that I wrote. Maybe you'll check it out if you have time. So we're not forcing it on them here. We're using the phrase, if you have time, acknowledging that we respect their time. And hopefully they will consider it for, again, we mentioned the specific playlist. And we make it super simple for them. They don't have to go search the internet for our song. We give them a link directly to it. Once again, thanking them for their time, because what are we doing here? We're actually asking them for their time. So we're asking for them for their time to listen to our music. So we're acknowledging that we appreciate their time, and we're also prefacing by letting them know that we actually have dedicated our time to them a little bit because we followed their playlist. We've been listening to their playlist. So it's kind of a reciprocal thing here, right? So we've established that we've given them our time. We respect their time. We love their playlist. Give them some compliments. Hopefully they'll check out the music. All right, so that's pretty much it. And you can go through, you can see there's 324 entries. A lot of these are Spotify playlists. You might want to just skip over ones that are curated by Spotify. But there's a lot of individuals that have their own playlists on here that you can reach out to. And you can just go through each one and reach out to them directly through their socials because they've got them listed right here. Okay. Ditto is a pretty big company. They might not get to your message, but not a big deal. A lot of options here. And this, you don't have to type something out like this every time. You can turn this into a pretty cut and paste template. So check this out. Their playlist. All right. So there you go. You can copy and paste this exact thing, send it out to the playlist curators. All you have to do is replace their name, replace the playlist here and here. So that's the name of the playlist, the song, and the artist. Okay, so it's pretty simple. It won't take very much time at all. And you can reach a lot of playlist curators that way. Now, you can't expect that all of them are going to respond to you. So it's kind of a numbers game. You reach out to 100, maybe 10 of them actually listen to your song, and then maybe 1 or 2 actually put it on their playlist. But once they have put it on their playlist, that actually can be beneficial for you to get on more playlists. So another element that you could add to this would be called social proof. And this is proving that other people like your music, right? So a certain form of proof would be like it won 17 Grammys last year, right? Is that plural for Grammys? Grammys last year. Okay, so it won, or maybe it won a Grammy, right? So that's proof. Like this person says, you're reaching out to them about a song that you would like to have featured on their playlist that won a Grammy. Okay, so this is just giving them more reason to actually listen to your song, right? It won a Grammy. Okay, well, this is a little bit different from all the other people that are reaching out to me, asking me to put their music on my playlist. This is somebody that's actually won a Grammy. So it might not get your music put on their playlist, but it'll probably help to convince them to at least listen to your track. So maybe you haven't won any Grammys. That's okay. And maybe this is something that you're going to leave off your message at first, but once you have had your music featured on 1 or 2 playlists, then you could actually go back and modify your message that you're sending out to say something along the lines of, it's been featured on a few other playlists already, including, and then name of playlist by playlist curator. Okay, so you'd obviously replace this with the name of the actual playlist that it's been featured on, the name of the playlist curator, and then you can actually just list all of the different playlists that your music's been featured on. Once again, no guarantee that this is going to make this person want to include your music on their playlist, but this is establishing that other playlist curators have included your music, so maybe it's at least worth their time to listen to. And that's all that you're trying to get them to do here, because they're going to make the decision whether or not they want to include it on their playlist, but you really just have to get them to listen to it. And it's another reason why your targeting has to be accurate, where if you're targeting people based on the fact that they have Bohemian Rhapsody on their playlist, well, your music better darn well sound very similar to Bohemian Rhapsody. Otherwise, it's probably not as likely to make it onto the playlist. Okay, so hopefully that helps. If you guys have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed to this channel, please click the subscribe button below this video and tick the little bell icon to be notified as soon as other videos are released. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.